Hello guys, how you all are doing? I hope you all are really doing good, and same goes for me as well. So let's get started with the fluorescence microscopy now. But before that, as a one of our ritual, let's see how the microscope look like. You can see that here we have some screen, the shield, and some other equipments that are attached to the microscope. So all these microscopes and all these equipments are ensuring that the UV light that we're going to use in this microscope do not hit the human that is operating these microscope, because as you know, UV light rays are dangerous to our skin. Moving ahead, you can see here we do not have any equipments attached to the microscope. It's not making the microscope worse or some better. No, it's just that it might be dangerous to work with this kind of microscope because it is not having such kind of shields and other equipments that gonna protect the human. Now let's go with the business of our microscope, which is the principle. Now, what was happening up till now in all the microscope that we studied, we were using phenomena like reflection, transmission, refraction. But what if the specimen emitted own light? Yeah, the fluorescent light. What will be happening? We'll be ensuring that higher energy light rays hit our specimen. So the molecules will get excited and they release energy of lower energy, right? So what is happening, shorter wavelength, as I'm assuming that you all know that energy and wavelength are inversely proportional. So when high energy light rays are hitting specimen, that means shorter wavelength light rays are hitting the specimen on all the fluorochromes that are present on the specimen will get excited, and though when they will come to the ground state, they will release lower energy light rays which are of basically longer wavelength, and so that we will be getting our fluorescent light. Now the parts which all are highlighted in lead color are exception to the fluorescence microscopy other than the basic parts which are there in the black color. So first is light source. No, light source is not an exception, but what type of light source we are using is an exception over here. We are using mercury lamp. This lamp will help us to produce UV light rays, the shorter wavelength high energy light rays. Then we have excitation filters. These kind of filters will ensure that only desired short wavelength pass through and hit our specimen, only them, and not any other kind of wavelength. Dichromatic mirror is a special type of mirror that ensures that shorter wavelength gets reflected by it and longer wavelength gets passed through it. That's a special type of mirror. We're gonna see the kind of mirror in the next slide. And then we have barrier filters which removes residual excitation light. So we know that when specimen is giving its own light, it might be possible that light other than UV light rays might be coming, and we do not want that. Sorry, light rays which are of longer wavelength are coming, and along with longer wavelengths some other kind of shorter wavelengths light might be coming, and we do not want that. So we are using barrier filter to ensure that only desired long wavelength lights coming from a specific point hitting our ocular lenses. Now look at the parts, okay? Mercury lamp is producing your UV light rays. Short wavelength light rays pass through the barrier filter. This barrier filter will ensure that only short wavelength light pass through and no other long wavelengths pass through the barrier filter. These short wavelength light rays hit our dichromatic mirror. This dichromatic mirror will ensure, what is the function of dichromatic mirror? It is the function is to ensure that short wavelengths get reflected to it. See, you can see. And now finally, our molecules, fluorochrome molecules. So basically why I'm saying fluorochrome over here is because we are coating the specimen not with simple stains but with fluorochromes, okay? That is to use fluorescent light. That's how we stain our specimen. So these fluorochrome molecules will get excited because of shorter wavelength high energy light rays, and then finally when they'll come to their ground state, they will release long wavelength lower energy light rays, and then these pass through dichromatic mirror. Barrier filter is ensuring that see, it might be possible when these molecules are coming to the ground state, some other kind of light rays like UV radiations and other radiation can are emitted, and they might pass through dichromatic mirror. It's not every time they pass through, but what if they pass through? If UV light pass through and hit our ocular lenses, they're gonna directly damage our eyes. So should it not better that we be on the safer side? So to be on the better side, to ensure that only long wavelength are hitting our ocular lenses, we are using our barrier filters. I hope you are all clear with the principle and parts of the microscope. If it is, then working is not a big deal for you guys. See, when mercury lamp is ignited, intense beam of light, high energy light rays passes through the excitation filter. Excitation filter, what is the function? It will ensure that only desired wavelength, shorter wavelength, hit our dichromatic mirror. Now dichromatic mirror will further ensure that these shorter wavelength hit our specimen, which is coated with fluorochromes. Now these fluorochromes, okay, before these are okay, reflected by mirror, and these pass through objective lenses. Now when these pass through objective lenses, they hit our fluorochrome stained specimen, and fluorochromes absorb light energy. Now when an observing light energy, they get excited, and on return they give us longer wavelength fluorescent light. And finally, these longer wavelength pass through condenser. Okay. Now, when are passing through condenser, they pass through dichromatic mirror. These are long wavelength light rays. They will pass through it and hit our barrier filter, which will further ensure that only long wavelength light rays are hitting our ocular lenses, and all the other unwanted excitation light rays which are might be coming from the unspecified area or unrequired area, or might be coming when the molecules are coming to the ground state and giving some other light rays other than longer wavelength. So barrier filter is basically to be on the safer side, that all the unwanted excitation light gets removed and only long wavelengths hit our ocular lenses. Now what is epifluorescence microscopy? Now when I said that light rays hit the specimen through objective lens and long wavelengths are coming from the condenser, here we are using objective lens and condenser alternatively. So when light rays are passing through the lenses and hitting a specimen, those lenses become objective lenses. And when light rays are coming from specimen and hitting our ocular lenses, those lenses become condenser lenses. I hope it's clear. Here we have objective lens and the light rays are coming. Here we have specimen. So when light rays are passing through this object through these lenses and hitting a specimen, these lenses become our objective lenses. And when light rays are coming from the specimen and hitting our ocular lenses, these lenses become condenser lenses. So all those microscope which uses objective lens and condenser lenses alternatively, those kind of microscope are called epifluorescence microscope. It is not a unique type of microscope, it is just a general term for all the microscopes that are using objective lens and condenser lenses alternatively. Like you can say you have light microscopes. Now all the microscopes are light microscope which are using light rays to illuminate their specimen. Same goes with epifluorescence microscopy. I really hope that's clear. If it's clear, if the working is clear, if the epifluorescence microscopy is clear, I think this image is much more clear to you now. Mercury lamp produces all the light rays. The excitation filter ensures that only short wavelength light rays hit our dichromatic mirror and then hit our fluorochrome stained specimen. Those fluorochrome stained specimen emit long wavelength which then passes through dichromatic mirror. All the unwanted excitation light are removed by barrier filter, and these long wavelengths hit our ocular lenses. Now see at the last image, at the last slide, it'll make your things even more clear. This is kind of a microscope and mercury lamp is producing all type of light excitation filter, ensuring only short wavelength light pass through the dichromatic mirror and objective lens, and the sample might be possible that it gives long wavelength and some unwanted light rays. So those both get passed through dichromatic mirror. Emission filter will ensure that all the unwanted light rays get stopped and only long wavelength light rays hit our detector. So this is it for this video, guys. Next time we'll be talking about some images and advantages and other things of the related microscope. So I hope to see you all there. Bye bye. Thank you so much. Take care.